The definition of imposter syndrome is when you have feelings of inadequacy despite evidence of success. So many entrepreneurs struggle with imposter syndrome. So in this video, I'm going to give you my 3 steps that I follow to battle my own imposter syndrome. Intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unstoppable. I'm TK, author of the book, How to Punch. Where's my book? My book's missing. Okay, here we go. I'm TK, author of the book, How to Punch the Sunday Jitters in the Face, entrepreneur and angel investor. On this channel, I help entrepreneurs, business owners, startup founders get focused through belief and discipline and become unstoppable in their lives and business. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon if you're new, because I drop an episode like this every single Sunday. If you're an entrepreneur and you're constantly plagued by the imposter syndrome, trust me, I'm there right now and there all the time. So by the end of this video, I'm gonna give you the 3 steps that I follow to manage it properly. All right, step 1 is super simple. You can do it right with me in this video. It's to be able to actually acknowledge and say, I probably have imposter syndrome. So I'll wait, I'll give you 10 seconds, seriously. Just say it out loud, say it in your head, write it down. I probably have imposter syndrome. Just say it. I know this is silly and this is kind of like, what's going on? Why am I watching? Like, look, just being able to acknowledge it is half the battle. There's a reason, they have a name for it. It's that common. This is a common thing that almost every high achiever that I meet faces and deals with, and sometimes it goes away and sometimes it comes back as you reach new heights. It's not a problem, it's just something to acknowledge that it exists. And as soon as you acknowledge it, you'll notice that your shoulders get a little looser and it'll dissipate and you're like, okay, cool, it's a thing, now what do we do about it? Step number 2, and this is something that I use all the time, is when you have imposter syndrome, you always have this idea of this other person that's so much more successful, so much better than you. And the tip that I like to give entrepreneurs and that I use myself is go find that person. Go find that person. It could be the CEO of a competitive company. It could be a VC, or it could be an investor, and you're kind of like, just like, oh my God, I'm just like not as good. Go find that person and find some way to actually take them out to coffee or take them out to drinks or to dinner. Find an excuse to talk to them and hang out with them and spend a little bit of time with them. I've done this consistently numerous times. There was this one time, my company was competing with this other company. They were like head to head. So my company was tout app. I won't name the other company because it's not important. And we were at this industry conference and we were the 2 companies. This was in the early days. And I was so afraid of the CEO. I felt like total imposter syndrome even at that conference. I didn't think I belonged. Didn't think my company was big enough. That guy was raising way more than we were, but we were getting more customers. It was just weird. And lo and behold, somehow we just kind of ran into each other and said, hey, we should just talk and catch up. And we did. We kind of went off into the back to some corner where not too many people would notice. And we were like just enemies from a company perspective. And we just talked, and we talked about the space, we talked about where we were going, what's possible. And as I walked away from that conversation, I realized that I was making up this whole story in my head of who that person was, but in reality, he was human. He had his own fears. He also had imposter syndrome, and he was just trying to figure out how to make it work just like how I was. So step 2, I always get people to say, find that one person that you think is just so much better than you. Figure out a way to get some coffee with them, get a drink with them, get 5 seconds with them, and realize they're just human beings and they have their own demons that they're fighting. Now let me just pause over here. Comment below with a yes if you are gonna acknowledge the fact that you have imposter syndrome and you're just gonna let it out there. Just say yes so that others can see that we're not alone in this. There's so many of us that struggle with this thing, and half the battle is just acknowledging that we have it. So step number 3 is acknowledge that you're being unfair with your definition of success. One of the biggest reasons I get imposter syndrome is I keep moving the goalposts. As I accomplish a certain goal, by the time I'm accomplishing it, I've already moved on and established an even bigger goal. And I don't take time to acknowledge the fact that I just unlocked a new level for myself. I pick on new people that I want to model. I pick on bigger goals that I want to go after. And I don't take the time to actually acknowledge how far I've actually come. And so the thing that I realized is my definition of success kept shifting. It just kept on changing. And I didn't have a really good way of measuring success. I didn't have a fair way of measuring success, which is why it goes back to this definition. We have feelings of inadequacy despite evidence of success. And what happens? It's not that we don't know that we succeeded in things, we just don't count that success as big of a deal as we once did when we were going after it. If this particular one resonates with you, I did a whole video on how to measure success and find fulfillment so that you don't just keep moving the goalposts. So be sure to check that video. It's either here or here. I think it's here, or it's here. Be sure to check that out because I go much deeper into how you can actually get better at measuring your own success so that all these other things like stress and anxiety and imposter syndrome start to subside more and more. So those are my 3 steps. Number 1, acknowledge it. Number 2, go find that person that you feel so inadequate around and realize that they're human too. And number 3, actually get better at measuring your own success so that you don't ignore the evidence. Look, there's a reason they have a name for this thing. It's so common. Everyone has it. We all struggle with it. And yet, one of my pet peeves about being an entrepreneur or startup founder is you go to these events and you talk to people and they're like, everyone's killing it. Everyone's just killing it. How's your company doing? Like, oh, we're killing it. No one's real with anyone, which is also coming from a place of imposter syndrome. No one will actually share what they really feel because they feel like imposters in that room, and therefore they're gonna put up a front and everyone just loses. So half the battle is just acknowledging that you feel this way and then realizing that what you really care about is a true measure of success, a fair measure of success, and then there will always be bigger successes to go after. As a bonus step, I want you to realize one last thing. Through the course of my career, I always look for the next thing, right? And the way I equate it is like I always thought like, okay, I'm getting to the top floor of the building. Here's the thing. I've been in the rooms with the most amazing venture capitalists. I've been in the room with some of the most amazing founders. And every single time I went into one of those rooms where I thought was the top floor, I realized they had another top floor. There is always going to be another top floor. There's always going to be someone smarter, someone better. Everyone has a boss. One of my most eye-opening things was when I got invited to go present at an LP meeting. So one of my VCs said, hey, your company's doing really well. Can you come present on how you're doing? And the VC, I'm like, oh my God, it's the VC, like, so like it's board member. I'm like, absolutely. And I never imagined, like I went to the LP meeting and I saw for the first time my VC actually sweating. And I realized, oh my God, you have a boss too. Everyone's got a boss. And so once you start to realize that, you start to be a lot more fair with yourself and everyone else. You stop fronting, you start being real. And as soon as you do that, you start to have more people around you that are real and you start to learn and grow and be fair. And that's how this whole thing starts to get managed. If you'd like to dig deeper into how all this works, the core theme that I teach on this channel is how to shift from a reactive life to a proactive life. When you live life in a more proactive way, you actually become a better entrepreneur and your business actually becomes more successful. The years where I took better care of myself and my mindset and the way I ran my life are the years that my business did better. So if you're interested in that, follow the link below. I have a free life strategy guide. The Life Strategy Guide works the same way you run your company. We teach how to do that in running your life. So be sure to check that out. It's completely free. It's a quick download and a quick read. It'll show you all the principles that I teach on how to live more proactively so you can be a better entrepreneur. And lastly, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you've got some founder friends or entrepreneur friends that would get value from this whole thing, if they're going through imposter syndrome, which they probably are, please share it with them. And lastly, I drop a video like this every single Sunday, so be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. And lastly, comment below with any feedback. I'm always looking for more content ideas to cover around entrepreneurship and helping entrepreneurs run their lives better so they can build better businesses and take everything to new heights. I'm TK, and remember, everyone needs a strategy for their life and their business. With us, yours is going to be unstoppable. I'll see you next Sunday.